It was really exciting to be in Washington, D.C. I guess we got to witness, this is the fifth meeting between President Biden and President Yoon in such a short period of time, right? We also had, this is just an amazing event because look at the numbers itself. Over $100 billion worth of investment from South Korean companies to America has been made. And just in the summit alone, we had 50 MOUs. In fact, I think around $6 billion worth of investments were committed by U.S. companies into South Korea. So it makes it a very special, powerful, dynamic relationship. And going forward, I think now's the time for the two countries to even more to shore up this powerful relationship together.
What do you think is the most challenging factor about South Korea for American businesses operating here? Sure, the Yoon Suk-yeol administration came in actually exactly a year ago, really with this business-friendly pledges. Do you think you saw enough?
Well, you know, when you take a look at some of the concerns that American companies have voiced about Korea, it really talks about labor and tax are two of the biggest, situations that these companies are faced with. That said, I do believe that President Yoon and his whole administration are doing a lot to address it. Just take a look at just on the tax side. In January of this year, President Yoon, working with National Assembly, resolved the flat tax issue for foreigners. In the past, after 5 years, the foreigners would have to be back into the Korean tax system, making it very, very high relative to Hong Kong and Singapore. Now it's 20 years. So in a very short period of time, it was amazing to see how they were able to rectify and correct that situation. I always tell the Korean government that now is the time to compete if you want to really help make Korea a regional headquarters in Asia. And I think they are listening to our advice and have already taken steps to really improve the situation going forward.
So they are listening to you, but do you think Korea can actually become a business hub in the region? I mean, what about Singapore and Hong Kong? They've got still way lower tax system than in South Korea. What about the language barrier? How do your members feel about that?
Well, I would say that Singapore and Hong Kong, they have a heads up start against Korea. But look how fast Korea evolves. When you take a look at AmCham's Board of Governors, out of the 33 board members, 8 are running Asia right here from Korea. Companies like Qualcomm, Disney, Delta. So when you look at these leaders running Asia from Korea, it shows you that this is a great place. In fact, when you look at, for example, the New York Times, they recently moved its regional headquarters from Hong Kong to Korea. And it's a pretty complicated, decision process, but they chose Korea because of the world-class digital infrastructure, the people, the freedom of press, and now Korea is a great country for foreign companies to really invest in this country.